Oh, oh, Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram Yoanta Pravishya Mama Vacham Imam Prasuptam सञ्जीवयत्यखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यम् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यम् समचरणसरोजम् सान्द्रनीलाम्बुदाभम् जघननिहितपाणिम् मण्डनम् मण्डनानाम् सदय तुलसी तरुणतुलसीमालां स्कन्धरङ्गञ्जनेत्रं सदयधवलहासं विठ्ठलं चिन्तयामि विठ्ठलं चिन्तयामि. Pranams to the Lord. Pranams to all the Mahatmas in tonight's Eknathi Bhagawat session. We'll continue from where we have left last. That's just a moment. That's in our chapter 11, where we have seen about 237 verses. We have to start from the verse 10. Yeah. We are starting from verse 10, right? Did I do it correct?
238.
Yeah. So from that verse, we have to start. Verse 10. दैवाधीने शरीरेऽस्मिन् गुणभाव्येन कर्मणा वर्तमानो बुधस्तत्र कर्तास्मीति निबध्यते. What do you, Shri Hariji?
Meaning of the verse: the ignorant jiva functioning in the body thinks that he is the doer and is tied down to it. Though by destiny directed action, gunas are actually doing everything. 238. The body is subject to the destiny. Even the gods Hari and Hara cannot do any change in it. This fact is also confirmed by the Vedas. 239. Action takes place according to the prevalence of the nature in the body and the mind. The organs are also functioning under the control of gunas. 240. In short, body acts according to the destiny, but he thinks that he is the doer, and this concept becomes the cause of his bondage, and thus he is, he is his own destroyer. 241. A monkey holds the gram in its fist, but that becomes its bondage. Similarly, the 242. He who is actually beyond the body and a non-actor of gunas, etc., begins to emphatically say that he is the body and the doer of all actions. Thus, he is enchanted and entangled by the sense, this is mine. 243. People beat the man publicly when he says that he is the robber, while he has not done any robbery. Same is the misery of ignorant souls. 244. Karma is really the work of Prakriti, but he takes on his head the responsibility of all actions, dances with the notion of me and mine, and by that pride he suffers bondage even up to the end of the whole world. 245. If black cloth is kept on the ground and a white crystal is placed upon it, the crystal will appear not white, but black only. Similarly, the jiva has become blind by the attachment to the body. 246. Or a blind elephant has become wild. He does not know whether he would fall in a ditch. Similarly, this blind jiva starts doing actions without caring whether he would perish due to his committing bad deeds. 247. The pride, the attachment to the body, the concept that I am body, I am the enjoyer of the objects, etc., is the nature of bondage. Thus, the Lord, 248, thus the Lord told the signs of a man who is bound, though actually free. Now, he is going to tell the qualities of the totally free man. 249. The Lord had told to Arjuna at the time of the war that the man who is enlightened in his very soul. 250. The same secret fact is being told by him to Uddhava with love. To explain correctly, the state of freedom in which an enlightened man lives is the secret message of Lord Sri Krishna. 251. The Lord was not satisfied fully while telling about the signs of a man of knowledge, and that is why he is repeating them in the flow of the dialogue. 252. Only the Lord knows the value of devotees who have attained self-knowledge, and only such devotees know the sweet taste of devotion. 253. This is the story of a free man. Further, the speaker is the Lord Krishna himself. So, who can adequately describe the good fortune of Uddhava? Even the somewhat more advanced than Arjuna, because we have to consider that Arjuna and Sri Krishna and Ryan. And it was natural that Lord told him the devotional path. He explained so many occult secrets to Uddhava. It is evident that he loved Uddhava beyond any limits. 257. Thus, the merit of Uddhava was really very pure. Blessed is Uddhava in the world, for whom Narayana condescended to extend his stay more. 258. The Lord cannot be pleased by many cumbersome penances, but he became kind to Uddhava like a cow to her calf and began to give secrets from his heart. 259. He who becomes the destroyer of his own Yadava race became a wave of love and wisdom for his friend and devotee and divine wisdom. 260. So if we utter with love name of Sansara, such is his love for his devotee that by remembering the devotee's name, the Lord uplifts us. 261. Eknath, the disciple of Janardana, is requesting the saints that they may please know definitely the signs of a liberated man, by which we can also attain liberation. That is why the Lord is describing those signs and the state of mind of those men. 262. The Lord said to Uddhava, I am going to tell you the secret knowledge about the signs of men in freedom. Please listen to the wonderful signs.
एवं विरक्तशयनः आसनाटनमज्जने दर्शनस्पर्शनघ्राणभोजनश्रवणादिषु.
Meaning of the verse, the free man has no desire in the matters of sleep, sitting, traveling, bathing, seeing, touching, smelling, dining, and listening, etc. 263. Please listen to the details of the behavior of persons who are free. This includes sitting, dining, sleeping, seeing, touching, smelling, walking, bathing, which are done in the state of freedom by them. 264. I have told you that by being proud about the actions which belong to the Maya, the man is tightly bound to the objects of the world, but a really wise man who has self-knowledge does not touch that pride. 265. The man of self-knowledge is naturally without any pride in all his activities. I am going to tell you all about it. Please attend. 266. Just as a man is not disturbed, whatever may happen to his shadow, either being insulted or beaten or praised, so also the free man is not affected by the actions of his body. 267. Self or Swadhisthana is their seat. They are always seated on it. Pride cannot enter there. The mind which is fixed there is not at all disturbed. 268. There is a strange quality of that seat. Forgetfulness disappears. Aloneness never breaks into duality. And this is the natural posture of men in freedom. 269. The satisfaction which is available on that seat is such that there is no such thing as entering into samadhi and coming out of it. This is the moving seat of free man. 270. There is contentment while they are walking or moving, which is so otherwise natural for a sitting position. They are not aware whether they are sitting or getting up or walking. 271. He is not conscious whether he may be walking fast, and his samadhi state is not disturbed though he is walking. So this is the indicative sign of a free person. 272. Compared to the clouds which are actually floating in the sky, we feel that the moon is moving. That is not a fact. Similarly, the man in freedom may wander throughout the world, but his mind is with himself. 273. A housefly sitting on the wheel moves when the wheel moves, though it is not moving itself. Similarly, the man in freedom is not moving from his state of stillness, though he appears to be walking. 274. The body moves according to the destiny of karma, but the man in freedom is not moving from the state of Atman. A man sitting in a chariot may go to sleep, but even if the chariot is moving fast, his sleep is not disturbed. Similar is the condition of the free man. 275. Thus, in the case of such free men, they do not walk, though they walk physically. Now listen in the manner of their bathing while they are merged in the state of Atman. 276. Such a man bathes in the water of Ganga, but he actually does not touch the waters physically. The mind which is once purified is never sullied by anything. 277. Such a man is always extremely pure by being merged in the Atman. Therefore, the waters of the sacred places beg for the sanctified water of his feet. Such is the pure bath of a man in freedom. 278. He looks at the water as energy or spirit, and he has permanently taken a dip in that spirit. Other people say that he has taken bath, but he is quietly merged in the chit, that is spiritual energy. Chit, okay. He's quietly merged in the chit, that is the spiritual energy. 279. The earth becomes sacred by the touch of his feet, and the wind becomes pure by the outgoing breath of such a person. 280. The rivers like Ganga get their water purified by the touch of his feet, and the fire becomes sacred when it functions to digest food in his stomach. 281. Space remains happily at ease in the space of his heart, and it becomes sacred and without any anxiety. 282. Those who have attained the high position of Vaikuntha also hope for meeting such a man, and the gods come running in order to see him, while Vedas hasten to listen to the stories of his glory. 283. He is always bathed in the spirit and has become worthy of respect by all. This is the nature of bathing done by the man in freedom. Now listen to the nature of his seeing. 284. Though he is looking at the whole world, he is not the seer, because he is aloof from the vision as well as the object of vision. For him, the object of vision is own self or Srihari. 285. Though all the creation is full of visible objects, his eyes do not see any visible object at all. Though there is contact with the manifest objects, his eyesight actually embraces the invisible principle. 286. When we see in the mirror, our eyes see our own eyes in the reflection. Similarly, when he sees, the object becomes the observer and duality comes to an end. 287. Our eyes see the mirror and our eyes look at the eyes in the mirror. The looking of the free man is similar to this. He looks at the world as himself. 288. The Trinity, the three factors of the observer, the observing and the object of observation is no more, and only seeing remains. 289. Though there is contact with the varieties of objects, what is seen is not the visible but denying it. And putting it aside, the only Atman, the principle, is seen to be pervaded throughout the universe. 290. O Uddhava, only he who has the faculty of seeing like this should be considered as really sacred. 291. Those whose behavior is like this are really the men gone beyond the relative freedom, and those who look at me with this vision are great devotees and very dear to me. 292. Such a man listens at the deepest level where sound and world have their origin. He becomes the listener, the speaker, the story, and the storytelling. 293. His ears are constantly adhered to the words. The sky is as if dissolved in his ears. Thus, he is completely satisfied in hearing. 294. Whether he hears ordinary words or even Narayana Upanishad or names Hari Govind, etc., the effect is the only certain vibrations and no particular meaning is recognized by him. 295. The one who causes the words to be spoken becomes the listener also. And therefore, even though there is listening, only sweet silence prevails. 296. Every word falling in the ears is transformed into inarticulate, unmanifest, peaceful silence. In this way, there is a self-bliss even in hearing, in case of a free man. 297. The Om, with its 3 syllables, becomes Brahman. This is the trance in the words also, in the case of a free man. 298. As the whole world of words disappears. This is the sign of joy of the Atman in case of a free man. 299. The knowledge of free man does not change by hearing Upanishads or any worldly speech. Even in hearing, they have self-bliss. 300. The free man has realized the only absolute Brahman, which is the most essential nucleus of the Vedas, and therefore they perceive only Brahman in words. 301. The words may be belonging to the ordinary mundane affairs, or they may be from the Vedas. For free men, there is only Brahman. That is the quality of their listening. 302. Now, listen to the nature of enjoying any smell by their nose. Though their nose comes into contact with any smell, they do not classify it, but they experience only the absolute Brahman in every aroma. 303. He himself becomes the nose, the flower, or the sandalwood. Thus, dropping his sense of a separate entity receiving the smell, he enjoys the bliss of Parabrahman only. 304. With the smell, the Almighty God becomes manifest for him, so he does not become particularly aware whether that smell is good or bad. 305. Whenever the fragrance of sandalwood travels in the world, there is present the nose of the men who are free. 306. There is no limit to the enjoyment of fragrance by free men because they take the smell traveling on the wind without actually being the enjoyers. 307. Thus, he enjoys the smell, which is the action of taking smell for the liberated man. Now listen to the way he enjoys taste. 308. Now listen to how they enjoy food and juice. The free man himself becomes the taste, the tongue, and the action of eating. He eats without tongue and without using his hand. 309. Though he is sensitive enough to know the 6 tastes, he does not wait for analyzing them or choosing any of them. He does not become a separate entity taking food. Such is his permanent state of satisfaction in case of dining. 310. He does not feel hungry, but when he sits for dinner, he does not abhor food. He receives food without actually eating, but there is no spoiling the food. 311. He does not feel that the dish, the food, and himself are difficult things. He is enjoying total bliss and not only the taste of food. 312. When his tongue is about to taste any food, divine bliss and joy become manifest, and he therefore simply forgets the tongue and taste, but jumps into the divine state of self-bliss. 313. His mind is in love with the quality of sweetness, which is the root of all sweetness in all things. Therefore, even if he tastes many food articles, he experiences that sweetness, which is in himself in the self. 314. He is the total inner sweetness, and thus he finds his own sweetness, whatever other taste he may be taking from things. 315. Consider again how the man in freedom looks at self-knowledge. He may set about to appreciate the sweetness of anything. What happens at the time is that the whole self-bliss becomes manifest instead of that particular sensation. 316. So any taste he tries to experience becomes the taste of Brahman. This tongue of the man in freedom touch anything very cold, that coldness disappears. And if they touch anything hot, the heat disappears and they do not feel cold or hot. 319. Just as the fire burns the variety of defects or peculiarities of woods, either sandalwood or any other ordinary wood, and transforms 321. There is nothing soft or hard, cold or hot. Here, the Atma. So duality of experience does not touch him. 322. Summer cannot burn the fire. Cold does not make Himalaya shiver. Similarly, the garland of duality does not fall around the neck of a man who is free. 323. Golden ornaments, if kept in a golden box, are not covered, though that box is closed, because everything is cold. Similarly, dualities of all kinds become united in the absolute Brahman. 324. Whatever touches the body of man in freedom becomes his body, and nothing remains separate. Duality in all things is broken and amalgamated into others. 325. If he happens to hold a lotus flower in his hand, the lotusness disappears and even the god Brahma merges because his separateness is no more. 326. The touch, the thing which is touched, and the one who touches, all the three things are dissolved into Brahman. Or we can say that he himself remains alone, becoming everything. 327. If he worships an image of God in the daily ritual, he feels himself to be that worship. Even if he plays with pebbles, he senses that he is the pebbles. 328. A wall is covered with pictures painted in the various colors, but the wall is the same underneath every painting. Similarly, the man in freedom touches Brahman, whatever thing he may come into contact with. 329. Thus the men in freedom experience the sense of touch. Now, please listen in the way their speech functions. 330. If such a man tells an interesting story or talks about ordinary affairs of worldly nature, that does not create any disturbance in his samadhi or trance. His talk does not create a break in his silence. 331. Not to be disturbed in the inward trance is the real sign of intently. They are not openly talking with each other, but are they not in love with each other? Of course. Similarly, the man in freedom may not talk, but he is conveying something. The articulate words come to an end in their meaning, which is abstract and a matter of silent understanding. 333. The letters which he speaks, Akshara, are really Adhyakshara, not destructible, like Brahman. And when we hear his words, the mind is astonished by their beauty of expression and the sweetness of voice. 334. He is not at all proud that he is very clever speaker, nor does he remember that he is expected to please or entertain the listeners. 335. Out of the silence, words are becoming manifest, but in the sound of the words, still there is silence. So by such a speech, we can say that he is mute, he is silent. 336. Though there are ripples on the water, there is only water in the ripples and nothing else. Similarly, all words come into existence from the state without words. So words are also silence. 337. He drops the three factors via the speaker, the speech, and the speaking. And then he talks about sweetly. Or he may talk without any purpose. The silence prevails. 338. You see, he is not consciously mindful that he has to speak the truth or he has to tell lies, being under the influence of greed. 339. The division of true and false is as if swallowed by him. Therefore, though he may talk about various things in various ways, he is ever silent as naturally as can be. 340. He may shout, he may roar like a lion. His words are full of basic silence only, and therefore his silence does not leave him. 341. If he praises me, I am also in that praise, or if he babbles in it, also I am present, which he experiences. 342. If he is compelled by circumstances to quarrel, he may even quarrel, but in that quarrel also he sees me. 343. His loose, meaningless talk or crooked talk is also absolute Brahman. As there is no difference between him and myself, he finds me only everywhere. Thus we live together. 344. If he says suddenly to anybody, God will save you, I hold him high on my head and take him to the direct experience of Brahman. 345. Therefore, you should understand that I am completely obedient to such a devotee who lives in freedom. 346. And when I say he and refer to me as I, know that this is just a manner of speech and actually he is myself. This master key is quite well known to my devotees. 347. Thus, he is my life and breath, and I am his inner core. Please remember that there is no duality even up to the end of the world. 348. In short, he is totally in me and I am in and around him. His functions in the world with this total recognition of unity. 349. The words in his mouth are spoken by me. Thus, I have explained to you the nature of speech of a person who is free. 350. No.
Hariyo. I was waiting for you to complete that topic. It's so beautiful. And the reading was also it's such a flow. So I didn't want it to stop, though I had to stop about 4 minutes before. Never mind. Please share your thoughts, Sri Hariji, what you felt while reading.
Yeah, completely realized person, how he will be, the senses of the five senses of the physical body, nothing is attached to him, and he is Brahman in himself. Anything he do is Brahman. So again, it reminded me of the incident that when we met Swamiji, not Avyanda Swamiji, from Kashi.
The Swamiji from Mumbai who comes to Abhasji's house.
Swami Shukdevanand ji.
Shukdevananda, sorry.
Okay.
Even I can't remember. Very sad. Shukdevananda ji, right? I still remember the day when food was served. I was having lunch along with him. I saw him mix all food together. Everything served on the plate together. He mixed everything into one, and then he started eating, and then just happily talking. So I inquired with you, why is it doing? Then you told me that he does not want to realize any taste. No, don't want to have any taste, but everything is one and the same. That still is touching my heart, and I could see the same verses being told today by Eknathi. So such is the realized person. The way whatever they eat, everything is sweet, which that sweet is ultimate sweet. So actually no words, no duality. So I really felt very happy to read these verses.
Beautiful. The realized people, nothing is seen outside. So we might see them just walking and talking like us, but for them it is a different thing. So as a human being, whatever actions have to perform, they are performing. Whatever interactions in the world, whatever smell comes, sight comes, speech comes. For us, it might not, we can understand only in our capacity. But in what they are reveling, they only know, and we would think, oh, he is walking and sitting and sleeping like us only. For them, it is all that oneness that comes. The beautiful verses.
Now I can understand the way he sees, the way he listens, whatever that comes from his mouth, Sukhdevananda ji, everything is so divine. Like, So for us, everything is duality. We recognize by looking at objects. We recognize by hearing something, by talking something. We see meaning in everything. We want to know what it is. So it's all duality, and we have a definition, judgmental or whatnot. Oh my God.
Beautiful.
Ultimately, complete bhakti. Yeah.
Yes.
Complete devotion and surrender in
Devotion
everything.
and once, see, it's like that, no? Like driving. Once you learn again and again, you will not fumble with the steering. Only that first time, the cycle. Once you get the balance, then whether you're riding a cycle or a motorbike, it would be the same balance. You don't have. So like that. Once they get that knowledge, it's there. Then you cannot erase that. So they live in that only. For us, there will be duality, but for them, that's that about it. They are one with the entire things. And if you see, Swami Sukdevanand never criticizes a person. And if we are criticizing ourselves in front of him, tum to Brahman ho. And he doesn't make our false notions affirmations for us. He negates that. And he reminds that, but you are Brahman. He will say that so many times. Like a self. Sometimes we feel, no, we are like this, we are like, then he will say, hey, you are Brahman. Like that he will say.
So that
From
is the
the
way he
first
is
time,
seeing us, actually.
yes. And we think like we are this little incomplete, some cracked pot like that. But in his eyes, it is not good. So nice that you mentioned the moon and brought Mahatma into the session and sanctified this. So
Actionless
let's,
action is another word.
yes, beautiful. I'll leave you for the closing prayers. Tomorrow's reading, who can take it over? Today we have done the highest reading, 110 verses plus. 111 to be precise. We have done so much reading today. Tomorrow, who would like to read? Sajid ji?
Shall I read?
Okay,
You
so
can read,
Sajid,
or if you are
yes.
able.
So Sajid ji read tomorrow, and then Padma ji read day after tomorrow. Okay.
Okay.
And then
Okay.
and then Thursday, who Nikhila ji or Lata ji?
Yeah, I can take.
You can read. Okay, fair enough. So for this week, Sajid ji, Padma ji, and Nikhila ji. Over to you, Shri Hari ji.
Madav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Guru Bhyo Namaha Harihi Om Shri Krishna Arpanamastu.
Hari Om, everyone. Thank you for joining. Thank you, Shri Hari ji, for such
Hari Om.
lovely reading. Thank you, everyone. Hari Om.
Hari Om.
Hari Om.